Hello, thank you for joining us on CoreTV News at 4. I am Frank Omalape. Tension and palpable fear has returned to Ekiti State with the face-off between the 19 APC lawmakers and the state governor, Ayodele Fayose, degenerating into an impeachment saga. A correspondent to Rashid has details.
The situation is tensed and tension is high, no thanks to the impeachment crisis engulfing Ekiti State. The worst hit is the seat of power, Ado Ekiti, as there is total lockdown with streets deserted and shops closed, while residents also stayed indoors, with civil servants also heading home. All commercial activities are paralyzed, while entry points into the city are reportedly barricaded in an apparent move to resist the 19 APC lawmakers from entering Ekiti from their alleged Osun State base. While all this was going on, some organized labor activists hold a peace rally suing for peace in the state.
As long as there is no peace in Ekiti, we workers will be affected, because this is a civil service state, and that is why we want to tell everybody, especially those who are at the back, who are in Lagos, who are in various parts of the country, or even outside Nigeria, thinking that some people or it is the present government that is causing problems. No, we want to say that it is those outside that are throwing stones into Ekiti, and we are not going to take it. Where were those 19 legislators before they held the presidential election? They did not attempt to come back. It's a political problem. This thing is not about Fayemi, it's not about Fayose, it is about Ekiti. And we believe that we own Ekiti. This is the time we have to tell them that we want peace in Ekiti State.
While security agencies and residents wait with apprehension of the much touted sitting of the 19 APC lawmakers, Ado Ekiti residents lament the precarious situation the state is.
No one problem, because all the person we won't come do problem here. They don't thief our money go before. They won't come thief another one again. You don't want them again. You don't want to see them here. If you see them, now voila. They say, no way. We go tell airport. We go tell our president. You know what, APC, we can't destroy this Ekiti here now, because there is a lot of problems here. They won't create problem for Ekiti now, because there is no problem for Ekiti.
With the situation on ground in Ekiti, it is no longer at ease. No one can predict what is next, as the fate of Ayo Fayose now hangs in the balance. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Meanwhile, the 19 APC lawmakers insist they will not be deterred in carrying out their constitutional duties even in the face of intimidation and intense opposition. The lawmakers stated this while addressing a press conference in Osogbo, the Osun State capital, after they were allegedly prevented from accessing the Ekiti State House of Assembly by some security operatives. They claimed that they were blocked at Itaure Junction in Ekiti State by a detachment of the Nigerian Army under the command of one General Mamo. They further revealed that they were delayed for more than 2 hours and had to change their destination to Osun State when the soldiers were not yielding. The lawmakers alleged that soldiers were in connivance with the Ekiti State Governor Ayo Fayose to prevent them from carrying out their constitutional duties even after notifying the police of their plan to begin sitting. The 19 lawmakers were on their way to Ado Ekiti to commence impeachment proceedings against Ayo Fayose.
What was actually meted to us today at Itaure Junction is actually uncalled for, because the way and manner honorable members were treated, to the extent that they did not even allow us to move beyond that Itaure, it's something that we should draw the attention of Nigerians to. One, that are they saying that we can no longer perform our constitutional responsibility? Two, are they saying that we are not legislators from Ekiti State? And that three, are they saying that we are not from Ekiti State?
We've gotten information and hints that Governor Ayodele Fayose had brought stocks out again. They were parading the assembly complex, and as a matter of fact, some of them are coming to that Itaure houses, in which we saw the action of the military as a devilish collaboration in order to hold us down, so that the governor's talks, led by the deputy governor and the chief of staff can meet us there. But we have to develop our sixth sense, and that was why we, instead of following them, we had to, take a U-turn.
Of 17 political parties in Rivers State is demanding the removal of the resident electoral commissioner in the state ahead of the April 11 election. Representatives of the parties were at the national headquarters of the Independent National Electoral Commission in Abuja to table their grievances against Jasila Khan. They want the electoral commissioner removed for allegedly colluding with the People's Democratic Party to perpetrate electoral fraud on March 28. INEC officials, however, promised to look into the allegations while urging the protesters against taking laws into their own hands.
We are here to register our protestation to INEC to show to the whole world that that woman is biased, and we want an umpire that is impartial. She is partial, she is political, she is partisan, she has done everything to favor the People's Democratic Party. We want a free and fair election. We don't want an INEC commissioner who will be fair to one party and of course unfair to the other. That's what we want. That's why we are here. We have sent in our letter. We have previously written to INEC. Of course, the whole world is living witness to what happened on the 28th of March. That was a caricature of an election. She simply gave sensitive electoral material such as the result sheets to PDP stalwarts in Rivers State, and they stayed in the comforts of their homes and wrote results and announced. And of course, we protested, we sent letters to INEC. INEC, in its wisdom, said that that result should be allowed to stay. Of course, we'll take legal channels to challenge that result.
And now, with the State Assembly elections scheduled to take place on Saturday, youth from Orion and local government areas of Edo State has staged a peaceful demonstration to the INEC's office in Benin to demand that the resident electoral commissioner Mike Guinea remains non-partisan. The youth who displayed placards with inscriptions say they had earlier sent petitions to the commission, and a number of issues cited. Leader of the protest, Matthias Osapolo, briefing the protesting youth outside the commission's office in Benin after a close-up meeting with the the electoral officer in charge of Orion local government during the last polls, where the LGA's council has stepped down. Osapolo assured the protesters that all lapses in previous poll will not repeat itself.
Submitted your petition, the concerned Orion youth, to the commissioner, yes, and he has said he will look into it. Go. And I want to also join us to go peacefully about the election. Go. So go and use our ballot papers, our voters card, yes, to send those who are our choice, to send those that will lead us, that will bring development to Orion. Yes. Please and please and please, let's go about our lawful duties before, during, and after the election. The result of the 7 wards, yes, he has shown some evidence to us of some lapses in the result, but he has promised us that he will look into it. He said he's going to speak with our leader, and he also totally admitted that the fault is from the INEC. And as we speak now, the INEC official, the in Oriomo has been sacked.
The Edo State Resident Electoral Commissioner Mike Guinea assured the protesters of a free and fair elections come Saturday.
In this election, both for State House of Assembly as well as the suspended Orion local government and other parts, we are going to have elections. It is clearly on simple majority. It is clearly on simple majority.
Guinea says representative of each party will accompany the commission to the Central Bank of Nigeria in Benin to collect materials for the polls. And now the police have won all security details attached to political office holders against accompanying their principals to polling centers on April 11. They are also barred from collation centers after the voting exercise. Police spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu said in a statement that only police personnel specifically assigned for election duties must be seen within and outside the election designated places. He added that Inspector General of Police Sulaiman Abba has ordered the arrest of any policeman who decides to escort politicians to polling unit anywhere in the country. The police are, however, full of praises for other law enforcement agencies who contributed to making the March 28 elections relatively hitch-free. We'll take a break now. Be back shortly with more stories after now.
Morning, Mr. President. Morning, sir. How are you, Mr. President? How are you, sir? How is the campaign?
We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools. Martin Luther King, Jr.
You're still watching CoreTV News at 4 live from our Lagos studios. For more information on our news and other programs, like our Facebook page, it's facebook.com/CoreTV News. You can also follow at CoreTV News NG. And for live streaming, log on to youtube.com/CoreTV. Give a space, then news. And now, Oba of Lagos Ruwana Akiolu has denied newspaper reports about his alleged threats to Igbos in Lagos to vote for All Progressive Congress governorship candidate in Lagos, Akinwumi Ambode. The Oba, in his statement signed on his behalf by Lateef Ajose, the Okpoluwa of Lagos, said the meeting he had with Eze Igbos in the whole of Lagos is just a normal one that is held regularly. He added that he also prayed for the continued peaceful coexistence and prosperity of Lagos. The monarch added that his alleged statement on the issue of people ending up in the lagoon is nothing but a storm in a teacup. He said that the statement is just a proverb on those working against their throne and its interest ending up in the lagoon, as it is the tradition of Lagos. Meanwhile, the Lagos State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has reacted to the statement credited to the Oba of Lagos on Igbo voters in the state by calling for his immediate suspension from office. A correspondent to Oluwaseyi Adegoke, who has been monitoring events surrounding the monarch, has details in this report.
On Saturday, if any one of you, I swear in the name of God Almighty Allah, goes against my good at Ambode, Inshallah will be the next governor of Lagos State. The person is going to die inside this water. I'm not ready to beg, appeal to anybody. If you do what I want, Lagos will continue to be prosper for you. If you go against this, you will perish in the water.
After the alleged inflammatory statement by the Oba of Lagos, this happened.
Obviously, we are very, very sorry for what happened last Saturday. What I'm trying to tell you, sir, is that we come here today to tell you that coming Saturday, you will see a different thing.
According to Lagos PDP, the silence of the state governor over the alleged inflammatory statement suggests the Oba is acting the script of the APC.
Because this is beyond politics now. And so we expect that the governor should take it very seriously and suspend the Oba of Lagos at this time. The Oba of Lagos should not still be in possession of that stool as we go into this election, because already he has desecrated the stool and he has shown that he is a threat to free, fair, credible election on Saturday.
Lagos State APC, however, disagrees, dissociating itself from the monarch's statement.
It's a political issue. This is a political season. If you don't say anything, somebody will put words into your mouth. I can't tell you. I won't believe that Kabesi said it. They're just pancaking it, those who want to play politics with it. So I can go and vote Jimmy Abaja. Kabesi is just on his own. He's not APCO. He's not the governor. So allow the man. He's a decent man, former AIG. Let him hold his opinion.
Though the governorship election is coming in less than 4 days, the controversies surrounding the alleged threat by the monarch is a pointer to the competitive nature of the coming contest. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
And as criticism continued to trail the threats allegedly made by Lagos monarch Rewan Akeolu to Igbos in Lagos if they failed to vote for APC governorship candidate come Saturday, April 11 post. The Group Association for the Defense of Igbo, our interest in Lagos while addressing the press, have called on Igbos in the state to remain undoubted in their support for APC candidate Akeolu Ambode, as the Oba is not APC spokesman. Our correspondent Patience Ajiboye has details.
It is no news that the Oba of Lagos has entangled himself in the political affairs of the state. First was the controversial endorsement of Akeolu Ambode, the APC governorship candidate in Lagos. And now it is the infamous threat to the Igbos in the state over failure to vote in the APC candidate. Various reactions from different Igbo factions have continued to trail the threats. This group, under the aegis of the Association for the Defense of Igbo Interests in Lagos, has however pitched their tent with the APC, insisting that the Oba, no doubt the traditional head of Lagos, is not the spokesperson for the APC. Chairman of the group, Chris Nwokobia, says the statement did not come from the Igbo-loving APC and should be discredited.
Whatever statement came from the royal palace of the Oba of Lagos did not come from the APC. It did not come from the governorship candidate of the APC. It did not come from the leaders of the APC. And indeed, the spokesperson of the APC remains Joe Ibokwe and not the Oba of Lagos.
Secretary of the group, Harris Chuma, says although the statement is unbecoming of reality, as a royal leader himself, he understands the reasons for the statement.
The very period he said this thing, there was a ritual going on, and that ritual is called Kola Not Communion. And that Kola Not Communion, anything can go while you are projecting your petitions. So I think he became so hot that he could not hold on to, his anger, and consequently, he goofed.
Chuma went on to say the Oba was more political than the politicians, and then urged Igbos to remain resolute in voting for APC.
We are appealing with our people to be calm. Most especially, they should not see it from APC, PDP angle. It is not APC that have spoken. Oba of Lagos is not a card-carrying member of APC. He's not a leader in APC. He is not the voice of APC. So I appeal to my Igbo brothers and sisters in Lagos to remain calm and do not deter. They should continue supporting APC-led government.
With current threat drama, much more than persuasion will be needed at the polls to decide the fate of the APC aspirants, as it relatively concerns the Igbos. Patience Ajiboye, CoreTV News, Lagos.
And following the alleged inflammatory statement by the Oba of Lagos, Rewan Akeolu to Igbo, two groups in the All Progressive Congress has formally defected to the PDP ahead the April 11 governorship poll. Our correspondent Oluwaseyi Adegoke has details.
Liberation from oppression is what Mandate and Laurel Group want.
We decided to leave APC and join PDP because we want real change in Lagos governance, and also determined to liberate ourselves.
That we are one of the few groups who recognize the fledgling dictatorship of His Excellency, the former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Tinubu. And it was through this passion that what was right, that we started this group, and we have been working towards the freedom of Lagos State, towards the emancipation of Lagos State from the grip of a one-man dictatorship.
Welcoming the group to the party, April 11 election is very crucial to the Lagos PDP.
It will gain history that you are here to join us in winning the election of Saturday. The Oba of Lagos, who is supposed to be a paramount ruler a non-partisan leader that's supposed to be a father of all came with a bang yesterday, and that bang is about to end the reign of APC in Lagos State.
The party is back on the drawing board to work for a better governorship elections.
The game is not over. Let me assure not only our brothers from the southeast, the Igbos, all other Nigerians, that Lagos State is the melting pot, the economic nerve center of this country, the economic nerve center of West Africa. We accommodate all and sundry. Nobody can hoodwink you, nobody can throw you out into any lagoon. Our lagoon is not meant for human beings, our lagoon is meant for fishing. So nobody, after Saturday, go out and exercise your God-given right, and we are waiting. But in whatever corner you go and vote, stay there and defend your vote.
The party urged all, especially the non-indigens in Lagos, not to be afraid to go out to vote and defend it on April 11 governorship elections. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Ahead of the April 11 governorship election, the All Progressive Congress says it will not tolerate any form of manipulation or harassment of its supporters in any part of the country. Speaking in an interactive section with journalists in Abuja, Onu expressed dissatisfaction with several incidents that took place in the South and Southeast during the March 28 presidential election, and maintained that the process was neither free nor fair in that part of the country.
We need to ensure that elections in Nigeria are truly free and fair. And credible. We're very, very unhappy with what happened in the southeast and also the south of Nigeria during the last election. We had instances where card readers were made not to work, not that they cannot work. And that happened because those who wanted to manipulate the results or rig the elections knew that if card readers work, then it would be extremely difficult for them to do so.
It's the CoreTV News at 4. We'll take another break now. Be back shortly with more stories outside Nigeria. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Outside Nigeria, the battle for the Yemeni port of Aden has made it a good city. The head of the ICRC in the city has said. Robert Joshen reveals that medical aid was urgently needed in the city where Shia Houthi rebels are fighting forces loyal to the government. Aid agencies say more than 540 people have been killed in recent fighting and more than 100,000 have been displaced. Aircraft from a Saudi-led coalition are bombing the rebels in support of the internationally recognized government. President Abrabu Mansour Hadi pledged to Saudi Arabia last month as the rebels pushed south from the capital Sana'a. As the rebels have advanced on Aden, the port has also been shared by Saudi forces from the sea. Fighting escalated in the city this week with reports of overflowing hospitals, hijacked ambulances and bodies left in the streets. The ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross, says it is ready to send 2 aircraft to Yemen loaded with medical supplies, but has so far been unable to do so. Well, and that's it on CoreTV News at 4. Many thanks for watching. I am Frank Omalape. Bye for now.